In today's video, we are going to be recreating some gorgeous Kirklands decor pieces that are so beautiful, but just a little bit pricey, so we're going to try to make them on a budget. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited you are joining me today. If you're new here, my name is Katelyn, and I love crafting and making DIYs, especially on a budget, so it's super cheap, but you can still decorate your home all beautiful, especially for the holidays. It is so much fun at making your own Christmas decor. So if you love crafting and DIY projects, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, leave me a big thumbs up. It really helps me out here on YouTube. So I ran into Kirklands yesterday, and they didn't have any Christmas decor out yet. Nothing. They just had fall and Halloween stuff. So I was so bummed because I wanted to take my camera in there and film some of it for you guys, but they didn't have anything out. They just had like a couple of floral stems, and then they did have that one arrangement that I did recreate last year, and you guys loved it. So I thought it would be really fun to bring you another Kirklands inspired Christmas DIY video, packed full of fun inspiration and like more high-end projects that you can create at home. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into these fun craft DIY projects that look really high-end. For this first inspired DIY, I'm making this little snowman arrangement. It's this really cute little snowman head with a hat inside of like this little wreath candle ring thing, and it was really pretty and just caught my attention. So I really loved it, and I also had just made a little snowman head like this on another video, on my glassware hack video, and it turned out so cute, so I knew one of those would be perfect in the center of this. But at first I needed a base, so I'm using one of these little wicker wreaths from Dollar Tree, and for the bottom little circle I'm using this wooden circle from Walmart, but you definitely could cut down a foam board or any of Dollar Tree signs, and then I'm holding them together with some of the tumbling tower blocks, and then I attempted to paint them black, but I was struggling to get it in all of those cracks, so I do take this outside and spray paint it with some ultra matte black spray paint, and it gets in all of those grooves. I didn't want the snowman head to get lost down in all of the greenery that I was going to add, so I needed some height in the center. So I'm using one of these little desk organizer metal cups from Dollar Tree, and I hot glue that upside down. I added a ton of hot glue around it, and then that will just elevate this little globe. I made this using one of Dollar Tree's little glass globes, and I spritzed it with white spray paint. I painted on the little face with some small paintbrushes, and then I stuck a little tea light candle in it, and it was so cute by itself. I had a red hat on it, but the Kirklands photo actually had the black and white hat on it, so I thought this one, which also came from Dollar Tree, was perfect on there. And then I didn't want to just add a ton of my nicer greenery, so I am trying to fill in some of the blank space with some of this green garland, which is really inexpensive at Dollar Tree. These are some of my favorite floral pieces at Dollar Tree. It's called a decorative clip, so it's on this little metal clip, but it is a beautiful little piece with a cotton pod and a pine cone and some little berries and greenery. It's just a really full little piece, so I tucked those on both sides, but it was really going to get expensive if I kept putting those $1 little clips all the way around it, so I'm just trying to fill in the extra area. And of course I didn't want to bunch up too much stuff in front of his face so that you would be able to see his little snowman face. And then in the photo also they had a black and white checked ribbon. It's not exactly buffalo check, it's kind of more of a plaid look, but I go ahead and just add what I have on hand into this, and I think it did make it really cute. It added a little extra pop of detail and then really coordinated nicely with his hat. And that is how inexpensive and easy it was to put this little guy together. I think it turned out adorable and would make a beautiful centerpiece or just an extra little piece of lighted decor to add to an entryway table. For the next DIY, I'm trying to make this little Merry Christmas sign. It already is very inexpensive at Kirklands, but I want to make like a larger version of this, like something that would be a standalone piece on a wall. So I was super excited to put this together. I decided to use 2 of those little elf signs. You can use the leftover scarecrow signs if that's what you have, or the beware signs. But I go ahead and remove their little hat brim and sand that down to get all of the paper out of the way. I feel like this wouldn't be a Kirklands video if I didn't make like a wall decor piece. That's one of my favorite things to look for if I need like a piece for the wall. I love Kirkland's style and everything that they have out, but like I said, they didn't have anything out for Christmas just yet, so I was just looking online and found this cute little sign, so I thought it would be fun to make a bigger version. I do like to cover the back of my signs because I don't want anybody seeing. They're not going to see it, but if I do ever take it down to give it away or just store it, I don't want anybody seeing the ugly back. I just don't like that showing the sanded down little elves faces and stuff. So I do love to hot glue brown craft paper on the back and just trim it down to fit the sign. You can see that it really just gives it a polished look, knowing that the back is all concealed and hidden like something that you would buy from the store with the brown craft paper on there. And then I needed a blank canvas to get started, so I chose white. I thought my stickers that I'm going to be using would really pop off of this, so I go ahead and paint this with my white chalk paint, and then I'm going to be adding in the faux lines with some steel color paint, and then I do distress that. I was trying to camouflage in the seam of these 2 signs together, so I'm just using another long sign. You could use a ruler or a level here that I love to use from Dollar Tree, but I go ahead and just space them out evenly so it looks like that middle line belongs there. I love using these small little angled brushes right here, and like I said, this is steel colored chalk paint, so it's a beautiful medium color and my lines won't be too harsh, even though I always do try to sand them down a tiny bit. And then also I dip a larger brush down in there and then empty it out on a scrap piece of paper so that I can brush it all over the top, and it just all blends in really nicely and looks more like weathered wood. And then I know it looks really pricey. It's $11 for these stickers, but I never buy anything full price at Hobby Lobby that's not on sale. So I got these half off, and I was able to spell out the Christmas like it is in the photo or the sign from Kirklands. My letters are a little bit more of a deep red, I think, but I love that. It goes more with like my rustic decor. And then to add stickers on a sign, especially whenever I am paying like $5 for stickers, which still feels really expensive to me, but I really wanted this pattern. So I like to add them on a piece of wax paper so that I can get them all spread out and nice. And if they are off center, I can just scoot the wax paper over and see how I like it. And then after I get all of my stickers down there, I take a piece of painter's tape that I always like stick to jeans or a towel to get a little bit of lint on there so it doesn't rip them. I press it down on there, and then I'm able to pick them up and just transfer them right onto the sign. And then if you want to make this as inexpensive as possible, you can just take a black paint marker and write Mary in a cute little font. It could be cursive or anything at the top, or you could print this off and trace it. But I already had these on hand. These are just Walmart stickers. So I do go ahead and spell out Mary out of these big poster stickers. And I just feel like it went really smooth with this. And then I drilled new holes at the top so that I could add in some of this nautical rope and tie the cute little knots in the front just to give it a little bit of extra detail and make it look more rustic. And then I picked up some beautiful little greenery pieces from Dollar General. You got 3 of these mini picks. They have some little greenery, they have berries, and these tiny little pine cones, which I love. And I glued these on both sides because in the Kirklands sign, once again, they did have some little greenery attached to the sign, so this was supposed to mimic that. But I think it is beautiful. I love the extra little detail that it added to it, and this is like a large piece for really inexpensive, so I just really loved it. And I've already got it hanging up, but I know it's a little bit early, so I'll have to take it back down, but I just enjoy looking at it so much. This project is the most expensive one in this video. This is originally $64.99, which is a lot of money to spend on a centerpiece, especially during like Christmas time. You're buying gifts and everything, so you want to do decor on a budget as much as possible. I made one of these back in the fall. I glued some of these crates together and it turned out so beautiful. So I wanted to try it again and make a Christmas one. So I found this new little Christmas scenery at Kirklands, and it is beautiful. It's beautiful in person and online. I just love it so much. But I knew we had to be able to create a piece that was just as beautiful but for way less money. So I get 6 of the closed crates all glued together, and then I was excited to find some of these square wooden planks at Dollar Tree. So I go ahead and glue those in the center because I needed kind of like a little stage for these glass pieces to set on and not fall down in the holes everywhere. So I get everything nice and tight glued together. I would recommend trying some wood glue. I'm just hot gluing everything today for timed purposes. And then I'm painting everything with the truffle brown chalk paint. I even go as far as painting all down inside of my crates, but you can skip this step. But I really want this to look like a high-end piece. I felt like being able to see the little holes on the ends made it look a little bit cheaper, so I am trying to cover those over with a large popsicle stick. And then after you paint this and distress it, all of these little hot glued pieces are going to blend right in and look like they were made to go there. So like I said, that was truffle color paint in the dark brown, and then I'm adding on this mineral, and I feel like it just gives it so much character. It makes it look like rustic wood, and it's so beautiful. So you can see the difference on how much it actually looks like it's been distressed or weathered, but I think it is really pretty after taking the time to distress all of this. And then I'm using 2 of the little hurricane lanterns from Dollar Tree, but then I found this big one that I was so excited to find. It is about 1.5 inches taller than the other ones, and it has that little lip that comes out a little bit wider at the top, so it is perfect for this. It makes it look like a nicer centerpiece rather than all 3 of them matching. I just tacked them down with hot glue. I know this is not like the best permanent hold, but just while I am trying to decorate the base, it is nice to have these not clinging around to each other. So I go ahead and use some of my leftover little greenery garland from Dollar Tree to fill in the base. So once again, I don't have to use so much of my nice greenery. And then I'm pushing in some of these little 98-cent picks from Walmart. I am already having trouble finding more Dollar Tree greenery. I have just a few more that I'm trying to be really stingy with. on hand, and I just thought these from Walmart were perfect. So my Dollar Tree ones were a little bit bigger than the Walmart ones, but they are nice quality. So I just went ahead and tucked them all the way around, and I kind of did every other one. I had some with red berries and some that just had little snowy leaves, so just every other one, and I loved how that looked. Everything was all spread out nice and even. And then in the photo they also had some little black and white kind of like fabric covered balls or ornaments, and I didn't want to take the time to do that for mine because I felt like they weren't really going to show up as well anyway, so I just tucked in some little pieces of black and white buffalo check ribbon, and I think it is beautiful. It is exactly what it needed for that little extra pop of detail, but the entire piece just looks so beautiful, and I put this together for around 15 to 20 bucks, depending on what you already have. These candles came from Walmart, but you definitely can use the Dollar Tree candles, but just a gorgeous piece made for very inexpensive. Thank you all so much for coming along and crafting with me today. Kirklands inspired DIY projects are one of my top video favorites to make, especially to film. They're just really fun because there's an end goal that you're trying to achieve. I always like to, even though I am looking at a Kirklands project, try to put my own spin on it, make it a little bit easier, a little bit more inexpensive, but most of all more my style. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, make sure you are subscribed, and I'll see you next time. Happy crafting. Bye.